What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich, and in today's video I'll be doing a roundup of the transfers that has been completed so far in the current winter transfer window, the Premier League version. We have a lot to go through, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Support for this channel is brought to you by Manscaped, who are the men's below-the-waist grooming champions of the world. I'm one of the first persons to try the new Lawnmower 4.0, and I'm completely blown away by the performance. So join 2 million men all across the world who trust Manscaped. Get 20% off plus free shipping with code Dominic Rich at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with code Dominic Rich. Your balls would thank you. First and foremost, Jurgen Locadia, 28 years old, off Brighton and Hove Albion, moves to Bochum on a free. He was hardly involved this season, never really, hit the ground running when he first came to the Premier League after lighting up the Eredivisie, and he was loaned out before, and now he leaves on a free. I think it's a good move. It does not make Brighton weaker. It just gives them space to bring in somebody else. He's a center forward, and he never really did anything at Brighton. So the second player here is Kasper Kozlowski, 18 years old. I think he's a Polish international. Let's just get the more detailed view, and we'll know exactly where these players are from. Jurgen Locadia is Dutch. Kasper Kozlowski is from Poland. He moves to Union SG in the Jupiler Pro League over in Belgium on loan. Next up, we have Dan Lundelu, and center forward from Lincoln City to Southampton. End of loan. He's actually coming back from loan where Southampton is saying, hey man, we need depth. And Dan Lundelu, who played last season, did reasonably okay, is being called back from loan, or either his loan is cut short because he didn't really get much game time over there at Lincoln City in League One. Next up, we have Leo Ostigard, and he is moving from Brighton to Genoa on loan, and he's from Norway. He's a center back, and Brighton, the first four, they appeared 3 times, so they're actually getting players out to develop and get rid of the deadwood as well. Whoa, this one is a very interesting one. Hayao Kawabe, a central midfielder from Japan, 26 years old, moves from Grasshoppers in the Super League, the Swiss Super League, to Wolverhampton Wanderers. That one actually happened yesterday for 600,000 euros. This might actually be a good deal. He might be a squad player. I never heard of him before, but I like transfers, so let's see how he gets on. All right, so Kasper Kozlowski, who recently signed, as of yesterday, from Pogoń Szczecin in the Polish Ekstraklasa to Brighton. A central midfielder, he was loaned out immediately. So we covered that one already. 11 million euros. It's a pity that they couldn't use him right away, right? Jake Turner, a goalkeeper, an English goalkeeper from Colchester United, back to Newcastle, end of loan. He might actually go back out on loan. I never heard about that player before. Hassane Kamara, a left back from OGC Nice, joins Watford on January 4th for 4 million euros. And I've also just saw in the news that Danny Rose won't play for Watford anymore. So I don't know if this one prompted that move, or if Watford knew that Danny Rose would leave and it would actually leave their stocks very low. And the fact that Adam Masina is going to the African Cup of Nations as well. Hassane Kamara of Nice, Ivorian international. Well, I don't know if he played for Ivory Coast before, but he does have an Ivorian flag there. 4 million euros. Let's see if he could help Watford stay up. This one I've heard about. Nathan Patterson, a right back, 20 years old, Scotsman, leave Rangers to Everton for 14 million euros. I think this is a good move. Let's see how he actually gets on and develop, because Seamus Coleman isn't getting younger and they need to straighten up their back line, of course. So we did just talk about this one. Leo Ostigard, he came back from Stoke City to Brighton on loan and went straight back out on loan to Genoa. So from the Championship over to Italian Serie A, right? That's a good move when you really think about it, right? Totti Gomes, Portuguese, from Grasshopper to Wolves, end of loan. So let's see what actually happened to him. He's 22 years old. Let's see if Wolves would actually hold on to him. Wesley, center forward from Club Brugge, leaves Club Brugge to go back to Aston Villa. Let's see if he'll stay or if he will join on a permanent basis. I did see this one on Aaron Connolly, 21-year-old Irishman, leaves Brighton to Middlesbrough on loan. He didn't really play much. Could remember seeing him in 1 or 2 games, but he's had a very, very weird season. So, Maduka Okoye, a goalkeeper from Watford. He's a Nigerian and German. He joined Sparta Rotterdam in the Eredivisie on loan from Watford. Keiran Davis, I like this one. I actually spoke about this one recently, about the fact that Keiran Davis needs to leave Aston Villa. He hasn't really done well in the Premier League since Aston Villa got promoted, hardly played, and he's moving to Nottingham Forest on a loan. This one is a big one that I also saw. Sam McQueen, 26-year-old English left back, suffered a horror injury maybe a few years ago, and I can't remember exactly when the injury happened, but I covered this situation before, and he's retired. He's retired. Ralph Hasenhuttl did come out and say he's afraid that Sam McQueen might not actually be able to play ever again, and that's just sad. But look out in the future for manager Sam McQueen. Vitaliy Mykolenko, 22-year-old Ukrainian international left-back, joins Everton from Dynamo Kiev. So you have Nathan Patterson, right back. You have Vitaliy Mykolenko, left back. And with the Mykolenko move, this is because Luka Digne, who we'll talk about in the future, is actually on the cusp of leaving Everton. He's such a good dead ball specialist, and after coming over from Barcelona, has been a good servant for Everton, but he has a little bust up, had a little bust up with Rafa Benitez and hasn't really featured since. 23 million euros for Vitaliy Mykolenko. He's a talent. Seen him for the Ukrainian national team on many occasions, and let's see how he gets on. Jonas Lossel, 32-year-old Danish goalkeeper, joins FC Midtjylland from Brentford. Well, to Brentford, pardon me. There's a link between the two clubs, so he joined on loan with a possibility of a permanent move. So he's been in the Premier League before with Huddersfield Town, and I think he was an Everton player before. Ferran Torres, I'm a Man City fan, and I don't mind this one at all, to be completely honest. I know he's a great talent. 21 years old, joined City to Barcelona for 55 million euros plus a possible 10 more in add-ons. January 1st, that one was completed. And to be honest, I don't really care. I don't care because I'm just excited to see who we're going to replace him with. Maybe Said Benrahma? Come on, City, sign up Benrahma. Yeah, I like Benrahma, man. But look, Ferran Torres, all the best at Barcelona. You're a tapping merchant anyways. You only score good goals for Spain. I'm sounding a bit salty, right? But it's okay. Yase Asprilla, attacking midfielder from Envigado down in Colombia, joins Watford for 3 million euros. I never heard of this one, but, 18-year-old attacking mid. Joins up with fellow Colombian Chuco Hernandez. Let's see how he gets on. All the best, young man. Maduke Koyo, Sparta Rotterdam to Watford, and Watford loaned him back worth 5 million euros. We talked about that one before, but it's okay. So centre-back Sam Hughes, 24 years old, leaves Burton Albion back to Leicester, end of loan. I think he would actually stay at Leicester. We'll be seeing more of Sam Hughes in the future. They're going through a very, very horrible defensive injury crisis right now, so he will stay, I think. Luka Ilic, attacking midfielder of Serbia, leaves FC Twente from the Eredivisie back to Manchester City, and being a City fan, guys, I think this guy will actually go back out on loan. These are some loan deals that have ended, cut short, or prematurely. Same thing. And I'm just talking about them right now. Patrick Gunnarsson, Icelandic goalkeeper Viking FK back to Brentford. He might go back out on loan, or they might just actually keep him. They need goalkeepers. But yeah, Jonas Loso did come in. Matty Langstaff called back to Newcastle from Aberdeen. Lack of game time, 21-year-old brother of Sean Longstaff. He had a good season a couple years ago, and he's disappeared since. Alfie Whiteman, goalkeeper, Deja Force, back to Spurs, 23 years old. He's going to go back out. There's Golini, there's Lloris. He ain't getting no game time. Billy Arce, left winger, 23-year-old, and that looks like he is from Ecuador. Yep, Ecuadorian. Leaves LDU Quito, back to Brighton, end of loan. They probably bought him, send him there on loan, and he's back at Brighton. Let's see if they'll actually use him. I doubt, but let's see. Willie Caballero, short-term spell at Southampton. Well, I actually got a little carried away there, but that might be announced pretty soon. But he was a free agent, and he joined Southampton for a short-term spell that should actually be ending today. It was a 1-month spell, so that's why I thought that's what I saw. And some earlier loan deals that were cut short, some players that went into free agent status there. You have Tahith Chung leaving Birmingham, back to Man United, end of loan. Nicholas Nkudu joining up with Watford as a free agent. James Rodriguez leaving Everton to Al Rayyan for $8 million. Winston Reid leaving West Ham United. Zanka joining up with Brentford. Halil Dervisoglu leaving Brentford to Galatasaray on loan. These were actually some late moves. But yeah, I think those are bleeding into the summer though. I think we pushed it too hard when we started talking about Halil Dervisoglu right there, and I think we should leave it there. Listen. It brings us to the main one today. The main one. And with that being said, let's talk a bit about this bit of news. News about Luis Diaz, Liverpool. Sky Sports, Liverpool close to £60 million deal for Porto winger Luis Diaz on paper talk. Liverpool are closing in on a £60 million on for Porto star Luis Diaz. Daily Mail, ESPN, transfer talk. Liverpool close on £70 million, euro move for Porto star Luis Diaz. And you have Sports Illustrated 9 minutes ago. So you know what? We're going to click on the freshest one, and let's talk about this one. Let's make this a little bigger than that, so we could read, and let's go through this article. This is Luis Diaz of Porto. He scored a wonder goal against Man City last season in the Champions League. I don't like that little pin strap, chin strap you got going on there. I don't like it, man. Get rid of that. Anyways, enough about his hairstyle, and let's talk about this. The Red striker options in January are limited. Currently, now that Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane have departed for the AFCON tournament. Roberto Firmino is currently isolating after a suspected positive COVID-19 test, and both Divock Origi and Takumi Minamino have been missing off late through injury. That leaves Portuguese international Diego Jota as the only fit and available striker. According to Pedro Almeida, however, Liverpool have made the first move to bolster their attacking options by making an approach for Diaz. The Colombian international has been in superb form this season with 14 goals in all competitions, and he's a winger. He's a winger, just like Salah and Mane. He is not a striker. The 24-year-old has been linked with Liverpool over the recent weeks, and according to Almeida, the asking fee for the joint top scorer at the Copa America tournament is €70 million. Pedro Almeida over on Twitter, first approach of Liverpool by Luis Diaz from Porto. Well, this is translated, it seems. Portuguese club wants $70 million for the player. Let's see what will happen. Almeida, bro, learn a little English so you could put together things a little bit better, though. First approach of Liverpool. Yeah, we talked about that. Author's verdict. Let's read what the author of this article says. There has been enough noise about Diaz and Liverpool over the recent weeks to think there may be something in the rumors. Diaz primarily plays from the left wing and would therefore be competing with Sadio Mane for a starting spot. It seems unrealistic, however, to think that they will pay such a huge fee for someone who will not be a guaranteed starter. For a deal to be done in January, therefore, some movement downwards in the fee demanded by Porto is likely to be required. If not, this will drag on into the summer months. All right, that's what the author thinks. This is what I actually think. I think, and whoever made this graphic here, terrible, terrible Photoshop work. I could do a lot better than that. But anyways, I think this one has some legitimacy to it. 70 million euros, of course, negotiation will happen. And you know Liverpool loves to throw a player in deals. With Marco Grujic recently moving to Porto, they do have a relationship. They do have, done business recently. And I actually think this one is feasible. Whether Liverpool does the deal in installments and pay 70 million, let's see what happens. You see what I'm saying? They probably still have some Philip Coutinho money left over. No, that one's spent already. That one's spent and exhausted already, right? So look, Luis Diaz, I think this player is really good. I've been talking, good things about this player for a while, for Colombia and for Porto. Liverpool did play against Porto in the group stage of the Champions League this season. They saw what Luis Diaz was capable of doing. And many times when Porto seemed lost and out of the game, it was only Luis Diaz was the silver lining in that team. He's gritty, he's fast, he's feisty. You know them Colombians, man. You know what I'm saying? Ask about Yerry Mina if you don't believe me. Yeah. Ask the English national team, what happened at the World Cup when they met Colombia. This is a good player. I think this is a great move. And if Liverpool are to sign him, they won't have to. In my opinion, I don't think they'll miss Salah and Mane. No. They will miss Salah and Mane. But I think he will be an adequate replacement for now. And in the future, I think he would give Mane some serious competition for that place on the left wing. Luis Diaz is the best thing in Colombia right now. It ain't Falcao anymore. It ain't James. It's not Luis Muriel or Duvan Zapata. It's this guy, Luis Diaz. That's just my opinion. And I think if Liverpool manage to sign him, similar to the way they signed Diego Jota, if they somehow manage to get the deal down a bit more, maybe to about 50 million, it will be a much better deal. But I think he's worth the 70, though. I think he is. I really think he is. Because if Liverpool don't sign him for 70, best believe, who knows, maybe a team like Everton will splash the cash next summer. Or, you never know, Newcastle United might be in for him. But let's see how this one plays out. Liverpool are currently third in the English Premier League, and they are distance behind City, just behind Chelsea. And if they screw up in the next upcoming matches because of lack of depth, they could kiss any chance of winning the Premier League goodbye. I think it's probably over already, but let's wait and see. So, look. That's my thoughts, a quick roundup of what happened in the English Premier League transfer window so far. Luis Diaz, there's also been a lot of heat about Keiran Trippier. We should talk a bit about Keiran Trippier, right? Let's touch on the Keiran Trippier situation really quick because I think, it's worth talking about. So let's talk about the Keiran Trippier situation and then end today's well, it's not really a live stream, but it's a quick roundup. The transfer situation over in the English Premier League. So, look, The Guardian, Keiran Trippier to join Newcastle after initial £12 million fee agreed with Atletico Madrid. And there's also been a move where Arsenal Ainsley Maitland-Niles is set to join Roma on loan. That one is not finalized yet, but that one is happening. But the England right-back has agreed personal terms with the club. Keiran Trippier is set to join Newcastle United after fee, reportedly an initial 12 million, I can't read, right? An initial 12 million with add-ons as agreed with Atletico Madrid. The England right-back has also agreed personal terms after further discussions between the club and the players' representatives. The Premier League club are now organizing Trippier's medical before he is officially unveiled as a Newcastle player. Trippier will become Newcastle's first signing since the club were taken over by a Saudi-backed consortium in October. Negotiations for the 31-year-old has been taking place since December, with Atletico agreeing to sell when it became clear that Trippier wanted to leave and return to England. The former Tottenham fullback played under the Newcastle manager Eddie Howe at Burnley and also played for Barnsley after developing as a youth player at Manchester City. Trippier made 67 appearances in 2.5 years at Atletico and won the Spanish title with the club last season, earning a place in Gareth Southgate's squad for the Euro 2020. Newcastle are hoping to add at least 3 more January signings in a bid to avoid relegation this season, with Burnley centre-backs James Tarkowski a target. Howe is also keen to add a central midfielder and a forward, with Callum Wilson facing a long spell out with a torn calf muscle. So we're not going to talk too much about the Ainsley Maitland-Niles situation, but he's going to leave Arsenal for Roma, not getting the game time. You have Tomiyasu, you have Thomas Partey, you have Sambi Lokanga, you have Granit Xhaka. He can't play at right back, he can't play in the midfield, and he's looking to leave. He's only, he's very young, so I think it's a good move. Really think it's a good move. Also, Folarin Balogun could make a loan move, and Middlesbrough are the front runners according to the article here. So just a quick transfer roundup. I will actually do more of these going forward. Whenever I have a little, time, I'll just whip one up and I'll get one out to you just to give my thoughts and just keep the content going. Consistency is key, right? So, yeah, man. Guys, don't forget to head out over to manscaped.com and check out the Lawnmower 4.0. Use the coupon code Dominic Rich to get yourself 20% off each and every one of your orders. Remember, shipping is free worldwide. It's a new year. Come on, do something for yourself. Your balls would thank you. So once again, thanks for watching this video. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. Peace.